Sands of Time hoodie. This looks sick. Is available right now. Gokamerch.com. We got Eternal Beauty right here.
Shut up, Gokanaru. The real thing you should be advertising is our brand new Hubert NPCs. Did you enjoy the Sneeko video? Do you desire the love and companionship that comes with owning a Hubert of your own? Well, then you should head to Gokamerch.com and sign up for the email list. It's easy. Just take a look at one of our satisfied customers.
You open it.
Oh, that's hard. A little bite! Wow, look at that smile. Making a friend has never been easier with our new Hubert NPCs. Sign up to the Gokamerch.com email list today so that you'll be the first to be notified when Huberts go on sale. Only a limited quantity will be sold. So sign up.
When you realize hubris is the key downfall of most celebrities/YouTubers, they always think don't stink.
Yeah, I mean, you see this a lot in, dude, the red pill space is extremely weird for this, man. And again, I'm not even saying this from an angle of like, oh, these guys are a piece of shit, they should get canceled. It's like, a lot of the times they are the orchestrators of their own downfall, right? Okay? They're truly, a lot of them, self-destructive. And I've observed them enough to say that a lot of the times the seed that sows their destruction is their fucking ego, okay? And I don't say that in some fucking, fancy dancy way. I mean that literally. Like, if you look at Tate, poster child of the red pill, even though, of course, everybody distances from the red pill, but like, Tate was really birthed from the red pill, right? If we're talking like deep Tate takes, we're talking like Tate spawned from this little puddle of ooze, this little amoeba mass pit.
Come here. There's something I want to show you. You see this? This is you.
Of dudes who were trying to teach you basically how to pimp, how to be a pimp, how to manage women, how to start a webcam business, how to maximize your control, your power, how to dominate women. That is where Tate originates. And that's why, I don't know, why is Tate, the Matrix is attacking Tate, yeah, but why are they attacking Tate? Well, Tate egoically goes on podcasts and brags consistently about his genius competitive advantages. Oh yeah, I moved to Romania because, in the UK there was too many laws and they were, starting to pay attention. And basically when I'm in Romania, I can get away with anything. I can just pay off the cops, which he was doing. Idiot announces that to the world, then becomes super popular. And what does the government of Romania do? They look into it. Simple as that. The cases where Tate, people, again, as shown in my Sneeko video, which you should check out, obviously, if you haven't, okay, that's required homework. Best commentary video of my fucking life. But anyway, the whole point, though, is that I show in that Sneeko video, I wanted to paint a very clear picture of this guy. This is the type of guy who will almost excitedly brag about the fact that he f***s 16, potentially 15-year-old women, right? This is like a flex to him, right? And this is something that he advertised, right? You want to become a successful pimp? You need a bottom bitch. How do you get a successful bottom bitch? Well, I, dated this 15-year-old potentially girl, and she convinced these other girls that I'm a good guy. You know what I mean? And so all the time it's like self-report. Why the would somebody create a course on basically, yes, how to use the Loverboy method to manipulate or whatever, coerce women into working at cam studios for them? And the answer is hubris. Yes, okay, he can make money from the courses, but realistically, he was making a lot more aggressive amounts of money from the actual cam studio. But at the end of the day, he wants to feel like a genius. He wants to be validated. He wants to create a community of self-worship. A lot of these guys do, okay? And even Hamza, who we'll be exploring tonight, also does a similar thing. Again, not nearly on the scale, okay, of severity as what we're discussing with Tate right now. But yeah, a lot of these guys, at the end of the day, they do want a cult of personality, okay? And again, I understand the mentality to an extent, but the fact is that they constantly self-report, okay? Again, with Tate, he would brag and flex, like, what do you do to scam your girls who are literally your employees and the people who you rely on for this business? You take their taxes, sorry, you take like 30% and you tell them, oh, this is for taxes, but you're getting paid in crypto. So actually, you just take that 30%, it's for you. But the girl's never going to look into that. She's just a dumb bitch, right? That's what Tate was saying. You know what I mean? The kind of hubris, again. If we're talking about like Tate, bragging about the fact, this is just funny, bragging about the fact that the girl would be on camera looking cute, and then Tate would be the one actually messaging the guys. Tate would be the one leaning into their fantasies, talking about how sexy they are, whatever, like, trying to basically, seduce them. Tate was professionally seducing men, my bad. He was professionally seducing women too, but he was also professionally seducing men and getting them to give him their money, their livelihoods, right? And he announces this proudly when he can get, respect points from literal children, literal young adults. But of course, when the courts look into it and they're like, oh, okay, buddy, well, then it's the Matrix that's attacking him, right? It's not his ego. There's no self-reflection, right? But yeah, takes a lot to face the mirror, especially when you're trying to maintain a very, very strong facade of control, right? Again, this is a big thing I emphasize. A lot of this red pill stuff, and I'll use Tate as like the core red pill guy, because here's the thing you need to understand, okay? There's a difference between having a strong will and a strong spirit, okay? This is something I'm kind of trying to understand myself, but will and spirit are two different things, okay? And here, this is where maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, okay? I'm not sure even what philosophers I'm invoking with this. I don't really know, to be honest. This is more or less maybe even secondhand information, but a strong-willed person is a person who is capable of manifesting what they want, okay? Right? So if you look at Tate, that guy has a massive will. That's true. If you look at Sneeko, even, he actually does have a pretty impressive, relative to most people, will, right? There is a lot that he has accomplished. If you look at Hamza, a ton of stuff that he has accomplished, does have a strong will. But what is a spirit? A spirit, in my mind, and this is unrefined, but a spirit is more about your, philosophy, your direction, your way of living, okay? Do you have a strong spirit? If you have a strong spirit, then your way of living, your perspective will influence the other people around you, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So a strong will accomplishes and acquires. A strong spirit, okay, influences and makes others coalesce to what you are thinking. So Tate is truly an individual, okay, who has a very strong will and a very strong spirit. Undeniable, okay? If we were to give an image, to kind of sell this, picture a flame, okay? If we're talking about spirit, all right, this is almost like an anime type, discussion. A strong spirit in like an anime setting, it would be like, picture a flame, okay? Your spirit is a flame. Now Tate's spirit, his flame, is extremely, extremely bright, all right? And it's dark outside. And so where do the moths head when it's dark outside? And again, on the internet, everyone thinks everything is already figured out, but there's so much information on the internet that it's actually really fucking confusing and very dark outside. But here you have this massively bright flame that emerges in the form of Andrew Tate's spirit. And where do the moths go? Directly into the flames. And boom, we perfectly, sell that image with the escape shirt, okay? At the end of the day, Andrew Tate's flame, all these moths head toward the flame, and guess what? You get burned. Because there is actually no solution. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand that Tate's ideology is narcissism to a vast extent. Okay? He is a manifestation of his own will and his own desire, right? Again, this is why I love the merch, okay? And I know I plug it a lot, but the reason really is because there is so much, to me, so much meaning wrapped up in it. I'll show you real quick. Dude, I'm so disorganized. Holy shit. I've got to work on my will, that's for damn sure. Yeah, I have no idea where I put that. Damn. I couldn't find the t-shirt, but if I'm to show you, okay. Wow. Look at this, man. So you have all these little moths heading toward this bright flame, right? And they have these bubbles over their head because guess what? The algorithm warps your brain, keeps you in your own little echo chamber. And inside of that little chamber, that little bubble, there's a ton of little white distractions, tons of little ideas, tons of little names, tons of complete distraction, okay? And it does instill a lot of confusion in people. And so, yeah, they're heading towards something, usually. And that something, again, in the case of Tate, is a f***ing shredder, all right? And so you see the souls of the people from past screaming out for you to escape. But your ears and your eyes, I mean, you have them, but you can't really see. And so, you know, that's kind of, again, what you need to understand is that it's not enough to just like what somebody says, okay? In my mind, you should be looking at what are their solutions, okay? And yes, I understand that Tate, some of his solutions are, you know, competent, even though very surface level. It's like, yes, you have like a self-responsibility, right? And again, I'm a big advocate for self, you know, responsibility, whatever you would say. But at the end of the day, again, there is a difference, you know, there's a, I would say, a sinister element to Tate's advice a lot of the time, and it is that it's not just, you know, self-responsibility, it is also selfish, narcissistic fixation on getting ahead, okay? And so you should be, in my mind, you know, of course, trying to uplift yourself, but also trying to uplift others around you. And Tate's origin was not, you know, a situation where he was necessarily trying to uplift others around him, okay? He's, again, consistently bragged. I wonder what he wouldn't brag about, to be honest with you. I wonder if there's any stories he wouldn't tell because they're so fucked up, right? Because, again, the ones that he does tell make him look like a fucking kid. It makes him look like he was scamming the people, the customers, right? Picture this, right? We talk about businesses. I'm very interested in trying to learn how a successful business operates. In most businesses, what are the stakeholders? You have, okay, if you have a good business, what do you focus on? You focus on your customers, you focus on your suppliers, and you focus, sure, on, I guess, yourself or your employees, whatever you would say, right? The women he was working with, he was scamming. The customers, he was proudly pretty much scamming. And a lot of the times, yeah, the suppliers, he would brag, no joke, in his fucking courses, he would tell you to scam the, you know, landlords, whatever, that he was working with. And again, you know, philosophically, you can debate all these things, but at the end of the day, it speaks to a guy who long-term is building for himself, okay? And that speaks to me of a very weak empire, right? Again, you can think I'm wrong, but actions have consequences, and, you know, Tate being so quick to blame the Matrix, it's like, I do think there is a little bit of self-reflection that might be worth engaging in. But yeah, he sent voice notes saying he enjoyed R-wording someone. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that's fake. I wish that mainstream media would give better receipts, because I feel like it would be easy, pretty easy to show this more, like, just to really prove it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I listened to that and I was like, I totally believe it, you know? Again, innocent till proven guilty, whatever you want to say. But bro, people think, again, people like Fresh and Fit, they, again, when that came out, they said, do you really think that Tate is stupid enough to have sent that voice text that could be used against him? And the answer is yes. The answer is 100% yes, okay? Those guys are very interested in protecting Tate. But at the end of the day, just in his courses, the things he knew that were being sent out into cyberspace and that the public would be able to see, he was proudly displaying the fact that he's a fucking dickhead, okay? And so do you think privately he's going to hide behind some massive veil? No, of course, he's going to fucking fully embrace the ego, bro. And that's, again, time. Time exposes these kinds of predilections and weaknesses, right? And so, you know, you build a faulty foundation, the world comes crumbling down pretty fucking quick when you're at the top, right? I don't think he expected to be at the top, and so I think that's why he was uncareful. Obviously, in the wake of him falling, he has tried very desperately to, frame his image, okay? And, of course, he is converted, from what I understand, to Islam. But yeah, genuinely, I'm not going to claim to really, truly know, but as it stands today, yeah, I do think Sneeko is more sincere about the, Islam arc than Tate is or was or whatever, okay? You can, disagree with me, but that should say a lot.